With the latest major update, Guerrilla Warfare, Enlisted has added a brand new class of soldiers, the Guerrillas. These new specialists have unique abilities such as special ammo pouches, extra TNT, and the ability to occupy the enemy gray zone. But they also have many downsides, such as a small soldier count and the inability to incorporate other specialists into their squads. In this complete guide, I'm going to showcase everything you need to know in order to master the new Guerrilla class. From general loadouts, perk distributions, tactics, special abilities, and many other things that require further examination. As usual, timestamps will be provided in the video description. With that out of the way, let's get right into part 1 of the guide, which covers everything in the squad menu. Alright, so looking at the squad menu, there's really only one major choice for the Guerrillas, that being the secondary weapon slot. Guerrillas have a limited selection of weapons, consisting of only SMGs and bolt-action rifles. Personally, I think you should use a bolt-action rifle instead of another submachine gun. As you'll see later on in the video, Guerrillas should do much of their fighting on the flanks or behind enemy lines, picking off enemy soldiers from advantageous positions. Having a bolt action makes the Guerrillas much more flexible, as they can safely engage opponents from long range until an opportunity to covertly close the distance becomes available. Furthermore, it is worth noting that their special ammo pouch not only grants full ammo to captured enemy weapons, but additional ammo to their primary gun. This means that their SMG will have a large ammo supply right from the get-go. Also, if you've managed to pick off some enemies with powerful weapons like assault rifles or machine guns, you can replace either the SMG or the bolt action with a captured weapon, exchanging the one that is least useful in your current situation. As for other equipment slots, make sure to give your Guerrillas a flask. You will have to do a lot of running to penetrate the enemy defenses, so it's extremely important that you don't run out of stamina on the battlefield. Finally, it's worth talking about cosmetics for the Guerrilla class. While their vintage caps and rolled sleeves are quite unique, their distinguished appearance is a dead giveaway of their signature ability. Skilled enemy players will immediately know that you are capable of breaching past their defenses, and they will go out of their way to eliminate you before you become a problem. Consider swapping their unique garments for standard uniforms so you appear as just a regular enemy soldier. Now that you know how to outfit your soldiers' loadouts, let's talk about their perk points. A max rolled Guerrilla has 21 mobility points, 16 vitality points, and 19 weapon points. The single most important perk for Guerrillas is plus 15% sprint speed. This lets them get across the map significantly faster, which is critical for them to be effective in their role. Another perk worth taking is 50% faster weapon switching speed. Because you will need to alternate between using your submachine gun and bolt action, having a much faster swap speed can save your life in battle. If you're willing to save all your vitality points, you can invest them into the plus 35% vitality perk. This perk is amazing on every soldier, and I'm not going to go into the specific details, but you should know that will help keep your fighters alive, and you should always take it whenever you can. As for your weapon points, invest into the vertical recoil control perk. This will make it much easier to maintain fire accurately with your SMG, and the same bonus will apply to any other automatic weapons you may capture in battle. With your few leftover points, spend them on skills you find to be regularly useful. I like to take faster fire extinguishing, reduced shot spread while turning, faster pose changing, and improved reload speed. That about wraps up everything in the perk menu, so let's talk about what to actually do when you're in battle. When deploying your Guerrilla squad, you'll want to choose a spawn point that is close to the flanks of a map. If there aren't any flanking rally points down, it is sometimes better to use the default spawn point and simply run the distance using your flasks and improved sprint speed. Guerrilla squads don't do very well in a fair fight, so it's better to invest time into a proper flanking setup, which can net you a much bigger payoff. Travel along the outskirts of the map and attack the enemy from behind. However, due to certain spawn protection mechanics, you won't always be able to get fully behind the enemy, but you can still attack them from their sides where they are just as vulnerable. Just make sure you're not approaching in the same direction as the majority of gunfire, and you'll likely have the element of surprise. However, getting the drop on enemy infantry is far from the only thing that Guerrilla should be used for. Another important role of your squad will be hunting vehicles and enemy spawn points. The Guerrillas are superbly equipped for this, being able to bring 5 TNT charges per soldier. Sneak up on enemy tanks and parked APCs, and don't forget to listen for the Morse code sound effect emitted by enemy rally points. Trying to get on top of a vehicle is a very risky endeavor and can cost you your entire squad if you're spotted too soon. To avoid losing your whole squad due to unfortunate circumstances, keep your bots away from combat while you use the one soldier with TNT to go for the vehicle. Doing this will draw less attention from the enemy, and if you are discovered, you will only lose your one soldier instead of your whole squad. Don't forget about the Guerrilla's special ammo pouches either. Either simply swapping for another SMG or bolt action will give you a topped off ammo supply. When you have to get up close and personal with your opponents, it's best to fight like shock troops. That is to say, you should keep the fights as short as possible. Your squad is limited to 5 men, which means that trading soldiers against larger, more formidable squads is not an effective tactic. Before we go, I wanted to say that I had a blast making this video, and I hope it helps you find success with the Guerrilla class. If you like this type of content and would like to see more, you know what to do. With that being said, like the video if you liked it, dislike it if you didn't like it, and have a great rest of your day.